Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here today. I have my notebook right in front of me, so I will be looking down at it some. I wasn't going to do a video today, and then I got super inspired when I was in my car to talk about this certain thing, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it very briefly, and then just wish you a great weekend, an anxiety-free weekend. So what I have on my notes on the top is eyes forward. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I get a lot of emails and messages about should. What should I do about my anxiety? What medications should I take? What diet should I be on? What sort of meditation should I look up on YouTube? And I'm very hesitant sometimes to answer the should questions because I am on my own journey, and my journey will not look like your journey, and yours won't look like mine. I think that every human being is going through a different life, a different path. So it can be dangerous to compare or to try to do what somebody else does and think that it's going to be perfect for you, because it probably won't be. Everybody's different and their journeys are different, and we all react differently to different things. So should. Don't should on yourself. Don't let somebody else should on you. I think that's hilarious, so I wanted to go ahead and say that in the video. True story. So the other thing that I wanted to say is to trust yourself. And honest to God, the way that I found the things that work for me, especially with the anxiety, was trial and error. I had to look these things up for myself. I did a lot of internet research and Googling, and I did a lot of reading medical journals. I did a lot of seeing doctors and asking questions, and I did a lot of failing. And it was discouraging. It can be discouraging, but it was also an important part of the process, because that's how I found out what worked for me and what didn't. And so I think that everybody has to go through something like that. I do think that what I do here on the YouTube is valuable. I do think that other speakers and authors that are out there talking about their struggle, whether it's mental health related or something else, I do think that the knowledge that they bring to the table is valuable, in that it may work for you, and they give hope that they did come out of it. And that's my main purpose, I feel like, is to give hope. That I was so anxious, I couldn't sit down. I paced around the floor. I couldn't drive myself anywhere. I could not bathe. I could not eat. I was at the lowest point I've ever been in my life, and I came out of it. And that's the main point that I always want people to know, is that that is possible. I want you to have hope. I want you to be able to look forward to a life 3 months from now and a life 6 months from now. And I don't want you to feel like your situation is hopeless, because it's not. And I know that because I survived it. If I can survive it, anybody can survive it, okay? So trusting yourself. And another part of that is, because yes, I talk so much about mentors and people like Tony Robbins, who I think is so brilliant, and modeling and following other people's steps to get to where they are in life on a certain path. I think that can work a lot better with things like finances and career. I think it's a little more touchy with health and mental health, because bodies are so different, and body makeup and chemistry is different. And yes, I'm a human being, so we have mostly the same body parts. So in that way, we're the same, but everybody's chemical makeup, I think, is a little bit different. And you have to be careful when you are just going by what somebody else says when it comes to taking supplements and medications, because you don't know how you are going to react. So yes, listen to mentors, advisors when it comes to major life things. Be very careful about who you listen to when it comes to medicine and things like that. I just wanted to make sure to say that. I don't think that any one diet is right for all people. I don't think that any one diet is right for me, so it must be right for you. So I'm very careful with those questions. Also, I was vegan 6 months ago, or eating a plant-based, high-carb, low-fat 6 months ago, and now I'm eating a ton of meat and eggs and bacon and stuff, because that's just what I felt like doing. So I fluctuate. The future is fluid. Do what feels good for you and what feels right for you. And I think sometimes people are scared to do that. I know people who are scared to do that, who ask, well, why can't you just do it for me? Can you just write this out for me? And I tend to say no. because my journey's not your journey. I believe so wholeheartedly that what's supposed to be in your life will present itself to you at the right time. I know that because that's what happened for me. I went in search of the things that I needed, and I found them that way. I don't even like to tell people like what meditations I do on YouTube, because there are tons of good ones, and you can just search it and find something that resonates with you, that speaks to you, that sounds and feels right to you. And if I just hand you something, then all you have is this one thing, and there's expectation with that as well, that, well, this worked for her, this cured her, this helped her heal, so if it doesn't work for me, something's wrong with me, or there's not going to be anything that can help me. And that's not true. It's just so much about keeping your eyes forward and staying in your own lane, and again, trusting yourself and trusting your gut and your intuition. So I have written down here, don't worry too much if somebody else goes another way. That's normal. We should, all of us, be on our own journeys, on our own path, on our own self-discovery. Do you know what I mean? So what you're doing won't look like what I'm doing. Even if we have very similar life mission or life path, we still will have gotten there a different way. We will think about it differently. We will love certain things and not like certain things. And you know, all people are unique. We are as unique as our fingerprints. So your healing will be as unique as you are. Okay, your pathway to healing from mental illness will be as unique as you are. So it's very important that you, I don't want to say take responsibility, but it's very important that you are driving the bus. Okay, it's very important that you are in charge of what you are doing to heal yourself. And part of the reason that that's so powerful and so valuable for those of us who suffer from anxiety in particular is because we come from a place of fear and not trusting ourselves and not having confidence and not feeling courageous. So there has to be a moment of trusting self and of taking responsibility and saying, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to try this thing and see if this works. I'm going to go to the store and pick up this and try this and do this, and I'm going to write down what works and write down what doesn't. I'm going to take myself to the doctor and I'm going to talk to him, and we'll see what's going on. It's very, very important that you are the one who is doing this for you, because there's power in that and there's confidence in that. And the anxiety will decrease as you step forward in that way. So somebody else can't do that for you, and what you're doing won't look like what they're doing anyway. Okay? I hope that this is making sense. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. That's all I've got written down. Eyes forward, stay in your lane. I'll stay in my lane. I will still talk all the time about what works for me and ways that I cope with anxiety and how I healed and medicines that I took and books that I read and people that I admire, because I think that my purpose is to help people. And if there's one person out there that the magnesium powder works for them and cures them or heals a deficiency that's causing the anxiety in their body, then that's why I'm here. But I'm also smart enough to know that what worked for me won't work for all people. It's not possible. And I don't want anybody to be discouraged because the magnesium didn't work for you, okay? Lots of things didn't work for me too, and I had to figure that out. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. If you feel like, I need to try yoga, I need to go take a walk outside in nature, I bet you that's exactly what you need. Part of your journey is also learning to listen to your inner guidance system, you can call it your conscience, your higher self, because anxious people have such a lack of confidence, and maybe we don't know how to stand on our own 2 feet, and that's part of this as well, is just trusting that you know what's best for you, that you know how to do this, that you can do this, that you are courageous. Does that make sense? Trial and error also, and don't be afraid to fail also. Right now you have anxiety. If you try something today and it doesn't help your anxiety, well, you have anxiety. You just end up in the same place that you started, and that's not really a failure, because now you've got something else you can take off the list and say, well, that didn't work, on to the next thing, okay? I believe that anxiety is curable, so I believe that you will get there in your own time and in your own way. Live in courage. I love you so much. Bye-bye.